We are so conditioned to believe that to get something big, the path to that big thing must be complicated. It must involve spending a lot of money. It must involve a lot of torture, perhaps. What if we have been told a lie about liberation or enlightenment? What if it is not as complex as it is made out to be? Maybe it's about money. Maybe if it were so simple to be liberated, why would people pay thousands of dollars to go on spiritual retreats or buy courses from certain spiritual teachers? I'm not saying this is the truth, but this is a question I want you to ask. This is something I have been thinking about lately. Maybe liberation is much simpler and much easier to attain than we have been conditioned to believe. What is liberation? Liberation is, at least for me, is liberation from my thoughts and emotions, because I have come to believe that it is me, myself, who is causing me all my misery and suffering. It is not the people around me. It is not the events or situations or life events or the traffic or the weather or the government that is causing my suffering. I am creating my own suffering. So if I need liberation from suffering, if I need unconditional joy, I just need to be liberated from my own thoughts and emotions. And for that, I need to first understand that I am not my thoughts and my emotions. These are objects of observation. So if I am looking at a tree, I'm not the tree. Tree is the object and I am the subject. So if I can watch my thoughts and emotions, if I can observe my thoughts and emotions, then they are the objects of observation and I am the subject. Usually we tend to think that we are our thoughts and emotions, we identify with them, and so we suffer. But if we realize that I am the one who is observing my thoughts and emotions, so then the one who is observing, the one who is the subject, that is pure awareness, that can be called God, that is consciousness. So when we experience that pure awareness or that consciousness or that subject which is observing the thoughts and emotions, that being in yourself, that being the awareness is liberation. That is enlightenment. It is that simple, yes. But to our mind, we don't want that simple moment of pure awareness because that's not something we can brag to others about. We want some more exotic kind of enlightenment where it seems like a miracle. It seems like overnight I am a different person and I have lost my ego and have lost my identification and I am a new person. I think we are more attracted to that kind of exotic enlightenment experience. And people are chasing things like out-of-body experiences and Kundalini awakening, and they think that is what enlightenment is. One big spiritual experience, a magical moment, a miracle that will change me overnight. And I have done that too. I have wanted that too for myself. But the more I learn and grow, the more I'm realizing that I am already enlightened, and so are you. It's just that we experience these moments of pure awareness, and I'll give you examples. Just to prove to you that you have also experienced these moments of enlightenment, let me share some examples. Have you ever seen a sunset or a sunrise and for a few seconds been completely in awe, and in those moments the chatter of your mind stopped? Your mind was not generating thoughts like it does all the other times. So in that moment, you were the pure awareness. You were the consciousness. You were God because you became the subject instead of being the object. You were not your thoughts and emotions, you were the one who is observing. So you were in the seat of self. That's another way to describe the same thing. So you have had these moments of pure awareness, of feeling liberated from your own mind, from your thoughts and emotions. And I want to say that that is liberation, and it can be as simple as that. But you know why that's not more popular? It's because it won't generate money. If I just tell you this, you're not going to give me money to tell you this, or because we are so conditioned to believe that to get something big, the path to that big thing must be complicated. It must involve spending a lot of money. It must involve a lot of torture, perhaps. But I just want you to ask yourself that question, that does it really have to be that complicated? And I think for me, I have, just like you, I have experienced these moments of stillness, pure awareness, where I am that consciousness, pure awareness, and I have experienced that joy, that bliss, even though it was for a few seconds. And it could be sometimes listening to music or kirtan, or just hugging somebody. So many opportunities where we get a glimpse of that liberation, of that enlightenment. And perhaps that is what liberation is. Perhaps it is not that complicated. And we are always connected with that, with this state. We are always connected. It's just that when we lose ourselves in our thoughts and emotions, when we think we are that object instead of being that subject who is behind these objects. And by behind, I mean I am observing these thoughts and emotions. So I am the watcher, I am the observer. But when I forget this, when I get sucked into those thoughts and emotions, then of course I'm not going to feel peace or joy or bliss because I forgot who I am. But the more we remember, and the more we do practices to remind ourselves that I am not these thoughts and emotions, I am the one who is observing. And the more we contemplate this, the one who observes, the consciousness, the more we contemplate that and remind ourselves that I am that, and not this limited self, not this limited identity of Supreet. For me, for example, I am not that limited identity of Supreet, but I am the one who is watching that, or watching her thoughts, her emotions, her problems. The more moments I can spend in that being, in that self, the more liberated I am from my own mind. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on this, whether you agree with me or disagree with me, whether you think liberation can be simple or it has to be a complex, arduous path. Let me know.